Western media.
That's what I was trying to think, is like people are looking for aesthetics elsewhere. Not that I blame them, but I think we need to recover.
What up, what up? Welcome to the shed. See what Jay Dyer's got going on. Oh, Bubbles got arrested.
Trailer Park Boys. I mean, they made this dude look like an absolute diaper desperado, but he was just a chill dude that lived in a garden shed with like 100 cats. Well, unfortunately, the actor that played Bubbles, Mike Smith, Boys, which had like, I think 2 million seasons, and is currently about to be getting a reboot on Netflix, and they've had to part ways. And he hasn't been found guilty of anything yet. But he have a pretty sketchy charge that got dismissed a few years ago down in LA, where he pinned a woman against Paul, allegedly. So I think it's perfectly fair that people are distancing themselves from him until we find out whether or not he belongs in the wood chipper. But what do y'all think? Let me know down in the comments. Or remember posts from Trailer.
Just something that's kind of given, it's true, etc. But nobody even knows philosophy of science. And it's like, facts are not out there in the world. Facts are a property of propositions, and the facts are about the world. And people think like, oh, well, that's just kind of like a objective kind of givenness or something. It's like any of those could be revised.
Yeah, I understand. I understand what you're saying.
That's not serious.
The epistemic proposition. Oh, sorry.
What's up, everybody?
Oh, that the epistemic proposition is.
Drop where you're from, where you're watching from.
Fathomed.
In the Appalachian Mountains of North
They diss that as a sort of armchair philosophy, but even in their own, like I'm talking, even from their own perspective, what they consider to be facts from their or lack thereof, they still make that confusion between what they would consider facts and, what is clearly not a fact, which is, the narrative that they sort of twirled between the factlets. That's why I call it factlets, because it doesn't really have an epistemic structure. But, even in their cosmovision of what a fact is, they still make that confusion. They can't make a distinction.
Damn, no comments. Only 3 of y'all stayed.
You know why?
Shaking my head.
Well, I guess it's political. It's because of power. They're the high priest.
I was gonna say because they're retarded, but yeah.
No, I think it's a political posture. They gain influence. It's what gives them their grants. It's in the end, it is a doctrine that they have to uphold, and it gives them power and grants, and tenures and all that shit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Appreciate that. Thank you for chiming in, FDA. Guys, I want to know that the good news is that it seems like since the Apple update, the infamous choppy issue is finally, hopefully, solved. That pretty much for most of the last stream and this stream. So I think maybe, I don't know what happened in the last couple. That issue is solved. You guys didn't hear any choppy in the live stream yesterday or today, right? Anyway, but I think we're gonna have to call it a night. Thank you guys so much. A lot of fun. Thank you, FDA, for popping in here. Guys, remember, head over to chalk.com.
Calling it a night, they are.
Thank you.
We
Welcome
gotta
all the
find
new
someone
members.
else.
Zach says, I was raised Catholic. I'm now non-denominational. I'm generally
Why
inquiring.
using the Lord's name in vain?
My wife says that she
That
would
way.
never become Orthodox. Thoughts?
Why do that?
I mean, you know, love your wife and invite her to
What's
liturgy.
up, Aaliyah?
When she finds
Aaliyah
sees that
Moore.
there's sane women and you
Aaliyah.
can have a
That's a
an
cool
actual
name.
relationship with sane people, that's usually what's going to convert.
I'm just
ladies.
chilling in my shed, flipping my knife around,
She
listening
might have a change
to
of heart.
Jay Dyer's stream right now, and he's about to end. We'll change it to something else.
Making sure I didn't miss any super chats. Joshua,
What's
$3
happening
is it
with
easier to
you?
convert Protestants or atheists? I don't know. There's easier. I mean, I think everybody kind of needs the
Kinda
same grace.
Working
pretty
on
much.
axes a little bit.
People convert for different
But
reasons.
I just
so it's a
finished
good
one.
question.
Hello. Hear you? And hello, Crow McCall. Crows do
Did you see
McCall.
Zoomer Historian got his channel nuked? No, is that the guy that talks about Tiny Mustache Man that was trying to see if he would want to come and do a debate? No, I didn't know he did that. Or this proves your point about you can't talk about these topics and have a career. Yeah, I mean, you know, you never know really what's going to get you nuked and what's not. That's
What's
Jay, are
everyone
Catholics
else up
and
to?
Orthodox at a standstill about infiltration?
I just got back from church.
I don't know what you mean
Well,
infiltration.
not just, but pretty much just. It's the last
I mean,
thing I
I
did.
know what you mean. Like, I mean, what do you mean by standstill? No, I don't think the church is ultimately going to cave to infiltration. The nature of its system is already compromised. At a systemic level contradicts, but recommendation about the monarchy of the
So
Father.
I'll be back.
I mean,
Nomine
Dr. Bill
Patris et
Branson's
Filii et
lectures,
Spiritus
there's
Sancti, in nomine Jesu, Amen.
playlist of Dr. Branson. See if I can find it. And also, I'm not sure that there is a book on monarchy of the Trinity. I mean, usually, you know, if you read Orthodox theology in general, it's going to come up because it's just classic, you know, Orthodox theology. But if you look at this playlist right here, the monarchy of the Father, that's a good source for that. All right, guys, remember to head over to talk.com, use promo code JAY40 to get 40% off, and head on over to the Jay's Analysis shop and get your signed copies of it. episode where Ben Shapiro did a 40-minute hit piece on Nick Fuentes, where he took basically from the last 10 years, from the time Nick was a kid till today, and he took the most egregious clips he could find. He took them in short context. He took all the context out of them to basically make him look as bad as possible, make him look as racist as possible, as sexist as possible, all those things. Okay. The reality is, we're going to take a look at not just the good things Nick has said. We're going to do good and bad. But we're going to see what he actually has to say and what he actually thinks. Because that is not what anybody has really been given at all. They just give the short clips. They're like the most egregious things he's ever said, which I'll tell you this, guys.
Lose a weed vape.
If you think the things that Nick has said are that bad, I'm not defending him on his really racist sexist shit, whatever. You don't have Gen Z kids. All right? This is the internet. This is the way they talk. They're edgelords. They're rage baiters. All right? You know, there's a lot of boomers in here and Gen X in here that don't understand how the young generation talks. I have high school and middle school kids. And I get it. And I understand it. And that's why we're going to take a look at all this. We're also going to look at some of his stuff between him and Tucker. And then I got a bunch of his clips that we can actually just take a look at. All right, so first thing we're going to do is talk about where Nick Fuentes came from. A lot of people don't understand this. His backstory, his origin story, his Batman story. Some of you probably know it. And that is, Nick Fuentes basically was a very typical Republican,
playing with it on the belt sander.
Super pro-Trump
kind of messed
views,
up the
hardcore MAGA,
finish in a couple
2016,
spots.
right?
But it's my
And
favorite
then,
knife.
what he did was he started to
I found it
criticize
for $80
our greatest ally
on eBay,
10 years ago.
and it's $160.
When times were much different than they are today. So you were not allowed to criticize our greatest ally 10 years ago.
So I got lucky.
And in fact, if you did, well, Nick found out the hard way.
3.5.
Because what happened was, really all Nick did was start to question things like, why doesn't AIPAC have to register as a foreign lobby? Why are we sending billions of dollars to Israel as a loan and then forgiving the loan at the end of the year? That way they get all the money up front, and then they also don't have to go through the regular USD regulations where they show America what they're spending the money on. Because if it's a loan, they can do whatever they want with it. But then we would forgive the loan, right? Started questioning all of these things. And that got the attention of Ben Shapiro and the Daily Wire. Somebody said, boring, I'm out. Yeah, get the fuck out of here, bro. This show just started. We're setting things up. Don't come back. So, Ben Shapiro basically tries to strangle Nick Fuentes in the womb. And he gets canceled, deplatformed, censored, everything. At 18 years old. To the point of he wasn't allowed to have bank accounts. He could be on no social media platform. He was on no fly lists. I mean, imagine being an 18-year-old kid and having all that happen to you.
I'm really kicking
because you
myself
decided to question some things.
About losing that vape.
So
I
you
hope
can
I
maybe
didn't
see
lose it at the church.
The disgruntledness, sort of the rage you might have.
I guess
as a
only place I
kid
can
to have this happen to
imagine it
However, he
falling out
continued to grind, and
is
now he's the
when
most
we kneel
prominent
for
and
prayer,
biggest name in
when we
conservative
go-
politics. It's not
go
even
down to our
fucking
knees.
close. So we got a poll here. Nick, do you
During
like Nick
prayer.
Fuentes? 72% said yes, 73%, 28% said no. So
I
vast
guess all
majority
that
of
just
the
means I
chat
have to be
likes Nick Fuentes.
First person
so let's talk
there
about it.
tomorrow morning for
So,
the early
Did
service,
Nick
which I've
change? How
never
did we
been
get
able
here?
to wake up for.
How did we get
even
here to
though
the
I'm-
point where
Wake up
now
at 6 a.m.
everyone is America
to work
first?
a lot.
Not everyone, but everyone here is America first, America only. Who got us here? Who started the questioning? Who started the noticing? It wasn't me. It
But
wasn't
I
Tucker.
swear
It
I
wasn't
had it in my,
Candace.
I'm pretty sure I had it.
It was
in my
him.
pocket,
Nick
so-
was ahead of everybody by
probably-
years.
But
and
then
years.
I don't know how I could
And
have
he took
lost it.
all of the fucking shit for it. He had his
Anyway.
life ruined for it, for us to get to where we are right now. And in my opinion,
Maybe I'll find it again one day.
regardless of what you think about Nick Fuentes,
God willing.
the fact that he did that way before everybody else is what allowed other people to start criticizing this. He is legitimately the only reason we are at where we are now, being able to even talk about this. And to Nick's point, we're going to start watching clips here. He was ahead of everybody. And this is the fact. Again, like him, don't like him. He was talking about this stuff a decade ago. And he knows it, as we'll watch this here. I got to take the sweatshirt off. It's getting hot, guys.
Reality for years is that I was effectively punished for being right. I didn't get radicalized. I didn't become a monster. I was right, and I was right first. I was right before it was popular. I was right before you could benefit from it. And I suffered enormously for this. My career did not take off. I didn't make money. I was ostracized by my friends. I was lied about constantly. I was treated like a leper, like a pariah. And so I fought with a lot of people, like Matt Walsh. Matt Walsh told me I was a horrible racist. I was on the side of genocidal white supremacists. Benny Johnson made a whole thread calling me a racist, a sexist. It's going viral today.
Yeah.
Benny Johnson from Turning Point. Charlie Kirk said I was a Holocaust denier and a racist vermin, he said recently. All of these people on the conservative side attacked me ruthlessly, or they were complicit in my censorship and cancellation for my ideas. They were either actively canceling me, actively spreading rumors and shutting me down, or they were complicit because they did nothing to help me, nothing to platform me. They didn't give me a fair hearing. They didn't defend me. Well, now it's 2025. And now none of that is the case any longer. Censorship is no longer a factor. Elon Musk acquired X in 2022. By 2024, it was completely free speech. TikTok seems to have less moderation than any social platform, and it exploded in 22, 23.
Till now.
Not only has censorship subsided, but also cancel culture seems to have gone away too. And now there are major people like Candace Owens, Tucker Carlson, others who are speaking out about these things.
Me and Carol in the chat.
So times have genuinely changed. And now a lot of people agree with me. And maybe they don't agree fully or completely. They certainly agree that views like mine should be allowed to be said. That's for starters. Some of them even believe that these ideas have some merit, or that they should have a fair hearing. And many people have just embraced these ideas outright. My reality.
So, that's true. All of that is true. He took the brunt of everything so that people like Ian, so that people like Candace and Tucker and me could now speak out and speak our minds. I wasn't doing this. I wasn't taking those risks when it was dangerous. And guess what? He was banned. He was censored. He was deplatformed. He was debanked. He was put on a fly list. And he's a Rocky story, guys. He's a Rocky Balboa American story. Whether you like him or not, he said mean things. Oh no, mean words. Mean words. He's had no business rising to the success that he's had now.
Drop where you're
Having
from.
giant establishments
Chat.
trying to
Ask some
strangle him in
questions.
the womb.
No answer.
And he's now the biggest fucking name in politics. Hate it, love it, run from it. As Thanos says,
Where'd that bring you? Right back to Nick Fuentes. Right? All right, so we got a lot to talk about here. What we're starting with is his backstory, his move into the mainstream. Then we'll take a look at things he said specifically. But here's another one.
Tasmanian axe there.
Yep, you're good, man. Here's another one.
With Purple Heart Wood, too.
Let's take a look. We got lots of great clips. Because we're
Purple
doing
Heart
the
on
opposite of what Ben Shapiro did,
Nothing beats that.
which is showing you all the horrible things that he said. No, we're going to show you the things that he really believes. All right?
Really interesting is after this long journey, everybody has moved closer to me.
Yep.
The Republican Party is now the Groyper Party. Politicians like J.D. Vance, they need to pander to the Groypers. When J.D. Vance went to Israel and he went to the church instead of the wall, who do you think that was pandering to?
Amen.
The biggest media entities on the right are Candace Owens, Tucker Carlson, Dave Smith, and they all have one thing in common. They're all Israel critical. People know where the audience is. And whether they're sincere believers or they're following where the wind is blowing, that's where it is. I was right. And not only was I right, I was ahead of the curve. But I got canceled for it. And what's interesting is that after 10 years...
Ian, were you talking about it that long ago? Ian might be one of the only ones who's further ahead than everybody.
Also,
but yeah, I mean,
viewers.
and here's
like
the thing.
That, a little bit of internet.
Now,
problem.
his ideas are the mainstream. Not all of them, necessarily, right? Dave Smith was? Yeah, Dave Smith definitely was as well. Some of the goats, right? But he is in the mainstream now. And that is what's terrifying fucking everyone. Not everyone, not the America First people. That's what's terrifying the neocon Israel lobby establishment. Not Nick Fuentes. It's not him personally. They're not scared of Nick Fuentes as a 27-year-old kid who's not even allowed to be on fucking YouTube or Instagram or Spotify. What they're scared of is that his ideas are now the mainstream. That's what they're terrified of. And you see them acting out like cornered rabid dogs, right? That the RJC we just saw calling for deplatforming, Ben Shapiro's hit pieces. They're fucking terrified that it's all falling down around them. And it's the mainstream. Yeah, Ben, we got some. So he says, Ben trolls. Yeah, of course, right? They're going to be here. All the Israel bots are going to be here and here trying to talk shit about Fuentes. Again, I don't agree with a lot of what Nick Fuentes says. We're going to look at clips where I'm going to pick apart and say, absolutely not. It's not all good. But I mean, you cannot discount this dude. This 27-year-old fucking kid who defied all odds to get to where he's at now. All right. And to his point, he is in the mainstream now. And he's there. We're talking about it on this channel right now, on a whole dedicated live, with thousands of people showing up just to hear about this dude, right?
But they know the next generation is with us, and they're writing about it in the New York Times. They said anywhere between 30 and 40% of the White House staffers and congressional staffers are Groypers. That's an underestimate.
40%.
That's an undercount. It all means nothing if we don't get our people in office, if we don't get our people in government. And that's why I tell Groypers, don't let them put your name on a list. Hide, conceal your views like they did. Like they did. Don't let Levin put you on a list. Your job is to get into the Ivy Leagues. Your job is to get into these offices, do what you need to do, say what you need to say, hold it close to the chest. But we bleed for America. That's why I like to raise the right hand. You don't have to broadcast it to everybody, and you can say what you need to say. When we're in private, it's America first. It's Christ is King. And you're not going to know how many of us there are, and you're not going to know which one of us we are. And you're not going to get a good count. And you're not going to know all our names. And slowly but surely, you will be encircled and you will be surrounded. And one day you're going to wake up in the Groyper party.
And that's now. I mean, this was from last week, but I mean, we're already there. What he's talking about is current.
GOP is going to stand for a different thing.
Yeah.
That's why I tell people, get involved. And in the elections, get involved. Don't necessarily show yourself, but in 2028, we'll be there, and you're going to need to vote your conscience. You need to vote on this issue. American sovereignty. We're not going to vote for more Israel first subjugation. We won't do it. If you vote for that, you deserve what you get. I don't care if we lose the fucking election. I don't care if we throw the election. If we lose the election, it's the Republicans' fault. We're asking for one thing. And they're worried because they know they've lost the 18 to 40 demographic. It's like all Zoomers, all millennials, and half of Gen X are saying enough is enough. You can't win without us. Delusional. They say this is a small radical fringe. It isn't. This is mainstream now. Nick Fuentes is mainstream now. You're going to have to deal with that. Dread it. Run from it. Where did that lead you? Where will it lead you? You're going to need us in the next election. So you better figure out how you're going to negotiate the end of your rule in America, or it's going to come tumbling down one way or another. I don't care if the GOP loses.
So, and it's not just Nick. There you go. I got an dipshit Israel bot.
Oh no, he's a Nazi. Words are bad. Oh my gosh, it's so mean.
You fucking pussy. People like this, dude. Like, when did we get to the point in conservative men? It's conservative men who are fucking crying and throwing temper tantrums over words of a 27-year-old fucking kid. 50 to 60-year-old men sitting around at conventions throwing hysterical temper tantrums over the words of a child.
Yes.
Like this
welcome
fucking
back,
pussy in the chat.
Kristen.
Think about that. Words. The party, the conservative party, the party of
Good to see you again.
liberals
I'm
are
happy you're here.
betas, liberals are
Just me and
snowflakes,
you right now.
are in the chat fucking crying
I
about
had,
words.
Like 6 or 7
Think about
concurrent viewers for a
that. That's the
second
Republican
until
Party
I
now. A bunch of weak,
had a
physically
little
weak,
Wi-Fi trouble
physically
for a second.
weak, emotionally weak,
What
intellectually
up?
weak, cowardly men
Yeah,
like Mark
I gotta
Levine
remember
and
this.
Ben Shapiro and Lindsey Graham and Randy
No,
Fine,
Tehran.
everyone at the Daily Wire,
Walker.
circling the wagons,
Walker.
clutching their pearls.
Something Walker.
Oh, the mean words of this 27-year-old little
Hell
Nazi.
yeah, what part?
Me.
You in my
Oh my
Appalachian
God.
Mountains? Or you in
I just,
Damn.
it's like, I mean,
Where
I've
you
only been
at?
retired a little over 2 years
Tennessee or something?
out of the military,
South
out of career,
Carolina?
Army Special Forces, a community of hard fucking men.
I just mean
Or I'll
which
tell you
state
this.
by that.
In the Special Forces team rooms, you think what Nick Fuentes is saying is mean or racist or sexist? Go into any Special Operations team room for a day and have a little listen to the type of humor and comedy that's going on. If this fucking makes you clutch your pearls and cry, Nick Fuentes' words? Oh, my God, dude. It's insane. It's the pussification of the Republican Party, the men in the Republican Party. And there's a fuck
You don't
ton
know
of them in
what
the
state
chat right
you're
now.
in?
Just fucking pussies and cowards.
What are you, a truck
Oh,
driver or
mean
something?
words.
Ah,
It's
Up
just
north.
this is kind of like what also
above
why
the
I
Mason-Dixon
wanted to
line.
move
You'll
into the
never
political
catch me
space.
there.
Is I just see all these just fucking
I'm
pussy
just
men
joking. I've
as
been
the
above the
faces
Mason-Dixon.
of conservative. Benny Johnson,
Just a funny
Ben
joke I heard
Shapiro,
a while
Dave
on
Rubin,
him. I don't
Michael
know where I heard it.
Knowles, Brandon Tatum.
I've been saying it my
These
whole
are
life
men
ever since I heard
that are
it.
leading the conservative movement.
Every time the
dog.
Mason-Dixon line gets
Nah,
brought
dog.
up,
Not
you
anymore.
won't catch me above the
Nah, we're done with
Mason-Dixon.
that. It's not. I guess you know who's not trying to cancel Nick Fuentes, guys?
I'm scared to move it at
Democrats.
all. Ew.
Oh, if he was so racist and such a
Lagging
Nazi,
again.
why aren't the Democrats trying to cancel him? Because the Young Turks and the
Nice.
Kasparian
Dude, I wish
are
you could
out there
like
defending him,
upload a picture of the Queen.
defending his right to
That
free
thing probably
speech.
looks sick.
Democrats are defending Nick Fuentes. You realize that, right?
Maybe I should start putting
Now put
my
two
Instagram
together.
on here so I can.
All you weak ass
Chat
fucking
with people
Republican men
better.
out there that are crying about Nick Fuentes. Really? It's unreal, dude. Unreal. With just fucking.
Are you
whiny
sure it was a
babies.
man? And
Okay,
are you
let's keep
sure it
moving.
wasn't a really good
'Cause again,
scarecrow?
obviously,
Because
we're gonna see a
there's
lot
a
of
lot of
whiny
scarecrows.
babies. And that's what Ben
Like,
Shapiro decided to
If
do, as we
it
talked about.
was a real man,
What
that's
Ben did is
that sounds pretty freaky.
He did a
I might
40-minute
call.
montage video
I'm
where it
not,
took all
I'm
the
not one to
old
call
clips
law enforcement very
of
often, but
Nick saying mean things.
someone
But
might
there's some
need to
things that he
check on
showed.
him.
We're going to show now. That he thought these things were going to insult or like be huge gotchas on Nick Fuentes. So let's look at Ben's heads. Some of the things he talked about.
Josh Hammer and Mark Levin thought these people,
Yeah.
like, deeply, seriously. All real Americans, if you are a real American, if you were born in this
Yeah, brother,
country,
guess
I
what?
don't even care who you are, what you are. If you are a real American,
Thanks for being
and
here,
loves
man.
this country, you have generations in this country, your family or you fought for this flag, fought for the Constitution, fought for our church, fought for our civilization.
How loud
For
is
all of you,
this
I
wood
say
slime
about
for
Josh
y'all?
Hammer and Mark Levin and Laura Loomer, fuck
Can
them.
y'all still hear
Fuck
Nick?
them. Deeply, seriously get them the fuck out of our country.
So Ben Shapiro put that in his episode.
I bet if I do this,
That's
y'all will.
that's like something that's a hit piece on Nick. That clip is a hit piece. What? Ben, really? You think that's a gotcha? That's a fuck Laura Loomer. Laura Loomer, that jigsaw-looking psychopath who just went after Florin Groberg, Medal of Honor winner, attacked a Medal of Honor winner. Remember her? Mark Levine, Josh Hammer, who just called for the neutralization of Tucker Carlson and Nick Fuentes. Also, one day before Charlie Kirk said bring back public executions on his Twitter. One day before that guy. Yeah. Fuck those people. That's not a gotcha. What are we talking about here? This is my point, guys. You start listening to the kid, and you go, huh, well, that's base as fuck, and yeah, I agree with that. And there's going to be a lot of that tonight. But Ben tried to get him again with another one, which we'll look at right here. Gotta get right to it. I believe this is it right here. All right, let's check this one out.
Phony and fake way.
And here is Nick Fuentes describing how he destroyed TV USA from the inside.
Whether he chooses to confront me or not, whether he has dignity and honor or not, it's just a matter of time. My ideas are already there. I've already impregnated your organization. I took Turning Point USA and I fucked it. I took your organization, I took your baby, Turning Point USA, and I fucked it. And I've been fucking it. And that's why it's filled with groypers. That's why your whole crew, that's why the people around you, that's why your chapter presidents, that's why your attendees, they're all groypers.
And here's Nick Fuentes.
And
They are.
he's not wrong. Turning Point USA is fucking dead. Let's look at this. I'll show you. Let me show you. And I'm going to show you Charlie. I almost put this in the video today. I forgot to because it pissed me off so much. You know how I've been telling you guys, Turning Point USA needs to get the fuck off of Charlie Kirk's channel. Get off this goddamn channel, right? We've talked about that over and over and over again. I'm going to show you some numbers here on Charlie Kirk's channel. All right, let me get to it. So we can see what Nick Fuentes is talking about with Turning Point. All right, let's go back to when Charlie was still doing content. Because they've spammed so much shit out. It's almost insane. All right, we got to scroll down. This is how much content they've just shoved down their throats on his channel. Here we go. Okay, this is Charlie's content, right? Let's look at the numbers. 74,000 views, 4.9 million views. 819,000 views, massive numbers. 369,000, 1.1 million, 1.2 million, 2.2 million, 358,000. Video after video after video of Charlie Kirk just absolutely crushing it. Let's see what Turning Point USA has done to Charlie Kirk's YouTube channel. Let's go right back up to the top. Now, let's look at these numbers. 2.5 thousand, 3.2 thousand, 3.1 thousand, 4.6 thousand, 23, 9.6. Finally, this giant interview on Fox was the one video that got some views with Erica Kirk. 25K, 13K, 15, 54K, 22K, 7.3. We finally got some views on this one. 20, 14. The channel's dead. That channel's getting 1/10 the views. My channel's getting 1/10 the views. My independent channel. I'm not Turning Point USA. I'm not $100 million fucking company. I'm dipshit Nate with a camera and a microphone in my office. Think about that.
I aspire to have an office.
Fucking brutal is right, guys. Okay? We got one more thing we're going to look at before we take super chats and then move into the next section, which is going to be, is Nick Fuentes a racist? We're going to talk about what his actual views are out of his own mouth. Okay, so one more from Tucker. We're going to do a lot of, quite a few from Tucker's interview because it was a really good interview. And that's what we'll talk about that in a second.
Do you know, though, and this is the last criticism I will level, and it's maybe not even your fault, but I do know that, the coordinated attacks against totally reasonable questions about what's in America's interest and what's not, those are all coordinated by the Israeli government. So it's all come to light now. And they're against me. I've always thought I have the world's most moderate position on Israel. Don't hate Israel. Just don't want to get involved in their wars. Don't want to pay for this. Don't want to pay for abortion on demand in a foreign country. Sorry.
Thank you.
When we're cutting food stamps on our own, that's outrageous.
Nice
it's not America first. That's my view.
Nothing.
Not embarrassed of it at all. They are totally determined to take me out. I think because I'm reasonable. Who would disagree with that? And call me all these names, the most dangerous anti-Semite. I'm not even an anti-Semite. And they're not doing that to you because, this is my view, and that's not necessarily your fault, but because they're like, Fuentes discredits the reasonable people because he's always banging on about the Jews. And so he makes everyone else look like a Nazi. And so it's like he's playing a pretty valuable role in the same way that Israel has always funded extremism throughout the Middle East, including Hamas, because it discredits the reasonable people. That's a fact.
Yeah.
Yup. Exactly right. And that's my stance. That's my stance on Israel too. I don't give a fuck about Israel as an independent country. I have nothing against Israel. I don't care about Israel. I don't care about Ukraine. I don't care about Palestine. I don't care about Russia. Israel is the exact same to me as all the other countries. I don't want a single fucking
are in all of those countries
of any U.S. taxpayers' taxes to go to any foreign country's government while the United States is in the fucking dumpster.
Facts.
Also, I do not want a single fucking penny to be lobbied into our politicians' pockets and campaigns from any foreign country ever. That's it. That's my stance. That's my America First stance. It's not complicated. It's the same as Tucker. It's probably the same as almost everybody in this chat. That's basic stuff, guys. Look at this guy, Israel bot in the chat. Super upset. There's a lot of super upset Israel bots. Yeah, and people in the chat that are bitching about what I just said. Think about that. What I just said is, my stance is, if it doesn't directly positively benefit the working class American people, the fuck out of my face with it. That's my politics. You have a problem with those politics? If you have a problem with those politics, get the fuck out of my country. That's not me being racist or me being mean. If your intent and your intentions are not for everything policy-wise to be in the best interest of the American working class people, not the American elite, not the military industrial complex, not the government, not Jared Kushner's fucking business plan in Gaza, not all the fucking tech and AI elites, the working class American people. That's my politics. Is that extreme? Seems pretty goddamn basic. Seems pretty basic there, guys. Fuck the oligarchs as well. All right? That's my politics, guys. All right, now, before we jump into is Nick Fuentes a racist? Ooh. Which, by the way, I thought, weren't conservatives done with the whole being called racist thing, like in 2021? Didn't we all say, like, yeah, we're done with that? The word racist doesn't mean anything anymore? But now, ooh, the neocon right now, ooh, bring back right, oh, they're racist. They're all Nazis and racists. And it's not Democrats, it's not Democrats complaining about this. It's not Democrats calling him a racist Nazi. It's the neocon fucking right that's attacking him. It's insane.
Am I tripping nuts?
All right, let's hit some super chats, okay? Before we hit the next section. Love from Wisconsin, appreciate you. All right, yep, Ian with the Wankster talk. Appreciate you, buddy. That mic needs some tasty gains. Yeah, I don't know why we have a delay in the good bank tonight. It's frustrating. Good evening, Nate, Dr. Longstein Slayer. Should do a video with the disturbing illusion. I don't know who that is, bro. Erica, Candace, and others are probably part of Charlie's kill switch in the event of his death. Wanted to trail follow to the source. Maybe. I don't know. I'll tolerate Nick's BS over the BS from the establishment, right? 100% agree with that. Pop Bigman, before you start, can you explain why I should care about a 20-something thought leader has to say about anything? Yeah, because Nick Fuentes is the one that started the America First movement. So you probably should care about his thoughts and ideas because that's what everybody is now in agreement with that's on the American First side. So I would assume if you're saying hashtag America First, then yeah, you should care about what he has to say. He's the one that got us here. Said no about Nick because I haven't seen him enough. Just saying. Well, that's why you need to watch his long form content, and that's what we're going to do in this live stream today, is show you guys, as you may have seen the first couple of clips, you're going, I kind of like the things he's saying. That's probably going to continue. Nick is a rage baiter. He's completely civil with people in the real world. He's not a sadist. Yeah, he's a fucking 27-year-old kid. This is what they do. It's internet culture. Gen Z grew up in hardcore rage baiting internet culture. And the boomers, like Mark Levine, can't understand that. So when Nick says something inflammatory that he thinks is funny, and they go, clutch their pearls. Oh my God. A mean joke, right? I don't know. Apparently, we used to say the left can't meme, but now it's the right can't take a joke. That's where we're at. Fuentes in a wolf in sheep's clothing. Okay. Well, he got us to where we are now. So weird comments when people say shit like that. Don't get it. Maybe. Cool. You're awesome, brother. Glad I found your freaking love, Nick, and have watched every show since the Iran 12-Day War. For reference, 47-year-old doctor with a wife and kids, so not typical. There you go, 47-year-old Dr. Groiper. They're out there. I watch Anna Kasparian for populist views. Yeah, Anna, we like Anna a lot on this channel. Not so much because I'm married, but we do like Anna a lot. Anna gets me riled up when I watch her, I'll say that. I believe Fuentes is part of a Catholic conspiracy to ultimately make the USA Catholic and combine Catholic religion with the government. Good. Better than what we have. Better than it being Israel. Good. I'm not Catholic, but good. I hope that happens. I watched Nick after Candace said that she was going to interview him. While I don't agree with everything, he is intelligent, articulate, knowledgeable. He is well worth listening to. Just discard what you don't agree with. Exactly, Benny. I don't agree with a lot of what he says, but he is smarter than I am. He's more articulate than I am. He's far better spoken than I am. And pretty much all of you in this chat, by the way, let me be very clear about that. All of us. Doesn't make his ideas all right, but to discount him as just some stupid Nazi, obviously not. Don't want to be on the Wong channel. What's your weight now? I'm down to 231 pounds. 231, down from 256 is where I was at. We're trying to stay right about here. Maybe like 5 pounds less. I've been doing a shit ton of combatives, Muay Thai and boxing.
You know that story where slow and steady wins? That's terrible advice. Things move fast in the modern workforce. I'm at University of Phoenix, where I earn skills and courses I can put to use right away. Earn career-relevant skills in weeks, not years, at University of Phoenix.
Instead, he made some bad jokes, and I don't agree with everything he says, and that's irrelevant to the bigger message. There you go, Ryan. Great. That's someone who's actually looking at things maturely. But it's not, but let's be very clear. Ben Shapiro, all of the Randy Fine, all these people, they don't actually care what Nick said. You think they're actually offended by anything he said? No, they don't care. It's that he has destroyed the Israel First lobby. That's why they hate his guts. And that's the only reason why they hate his guts. Period. I watched Dan Bilzerian and Piers Morgan from 11 months ago, and he pretty much, yeah, Dan's been way ahead of it too. Dan's been way ahead. But you got to keep in mind, what a lot of people don't know about Dan Bilzerian is he's Armenian. And if you didn't know the history there, Israel supported the genocide of the Armenian people. They supported Azerbaijan as they provided them weapons and jets and bombs so that they could genocide Dan's lineage people. So of course, yeah, he probably has some issues with that. And then they try to deny, and then they deny that it ever happened. Isn't that interesting? What's that like, being a Holocaust denier? The same people, sure. Same people who cry about that, sure involved in a lot of genocide. It's weird how that works, huh? Soon Trump will be asked to take position on Fuentes. What will he say? I think he likes Nick. Personally. He's sat down with dinner with Nick. Nick talked him up big time. We're going to actually have some clips. We have a clip. Actually, you want to hit that clip right now? We could do that. Let's see. Where do I got it? I've got the actual clip of him talking about. Where was it? Yeah, we'll get to it. I don't want to dig through it right now, but I do actually have the clip of him talking about how he feels about Trump. He actually likes Trump. He just doesn't like Trump's policies right now, which neither do I. Neither do you, most of you. The big two, or the big short two, Nick Fuentes shorts. If Christ is king, why are so many Christians kissing the wall? Because they're fake Christians. Graper, that's Nick Fuentes' followers. Get canceled by both sides. Don't trust Fuentes. Has nothing to do with what he says. Just bad feeling from the gut. Yeah, okay, cool, man. Who are you gonna trust? Oh, so you who are you gonna put your chips on instead? Lindsey Graham, Ted Cruz, Brandon Tatum. That's where you're gonna? That's your choices, man. Yeah, I don't trust Nick Fuentes, Candace Owens, Ian Carroll, Tucker Carlson. I'm gonna trust Randy Fine and Lindsey Graham and Mark Levine and Sean Hannity. Have fun with that, dude. President Nixon's revenge. D will win the midterms. Yes, they will. They will take the House and the Senate. Guaranteed. Next election, because of D's fractured identity now, are will soon because Nick Fuentes. Yes, they did. They got way too comfy, and there's going to be a backlash for it. And they won't realize it until probably they lose the 2028 election. Then it'll be 4 more years from there for the backlash to come. And it'll probably be something like a Tucker Carlson, Nick Fuentes ticket in 2022 because of that. So, but we'll see. Talmudi Tatum. Keep up the good work, brother. Found your channel when you started covering the Kirk stuff. Been a follower since. Appreciate you being around, man. Appreciate you. Thank you. Don't know much about Fuentes, but I suspect the Repubs want to cancel him because they don't want another wild card like Trump. We've got some clips on exactly that, too. Because he's very similar to Trump, how he rebukes the Republican Party. Do you remember, actually, we'll let Nick talk about it. We'll let Nick talk about it when we get there. Tardio's real butthurt over Nick. Well, we're going to debate him tomorrow, or Monday. And of course he
Yeah,
is.
cool, nice.
Why would Matt be butthurt over Nick
I
Fuentes?
love a good
Because Matt Tardio
retention
is a
ring, nice.
simp for Israel.
Drop point.
He's my friend.
Hey, man, that's
But he's a simp for Israel. So of course he doesn't like Nick. Which, here's the thing. He would like Nick if he wasn't a simp for Israel. Because Nick is funny. And I know he would, but he doesn't because obviously of Israel. And it is what it is. Nate, we're in the thin skin multiverse. Yeah, I know, by the way. Can you all, I am looking at the internet, forget the word Nazi because y'all use it way too much. Yeah, it doesn't mean anything. Exactly. It's like being called a racist. Like people call you a Nazi, white supremacist, racist. Okay, cool. Nobody cares. Doesn't mean anything anymore. Got your hoodie in the mail. Thanks, Nate. 2XL is a little snug. Advice to help me trim down. If 2XL is snug, buddy, you gotta trim down because 1XL fits me. Get on GLP-1. Be honest. It actually, not a lot of it. Don't take it as like a main thing, but I take it as an appetite suppressant. It's actually helped quite a bit. I haven't really lost like a lot of muscle or anything either. So, and then eat right, work out. It's not that complicated. You just got to do it. McConnell 2020, Mitch McConnell. God, fuck that. I agree with Nick on several things, in particular stance on, but his ultimatum to the papacy. That's a big problem to me. Well, then vote for somebody else. Vote for Ted Cruz instead. Brandon Tatum, the rest of the faces of the right clowns for the simps. They never enlisted to fight GWAT. America first, us. Yeah, like Ben Shapiro. How he talked about wrote articles about how the Iraq War is great for America, even though he never went and fought on it because he's a fucking pussy. Yeah. The babies think these words are mean. They should wear a hat. They should hear what their wives said about them last night. Okay, there you go. Our greatest ally. Yeah, we've talked about that. Only 4 hours between ordering and shipping for my America's First sweatshirt. Appreciate the fast shipping. That's my wife, man. Mark, my wife runs the merch, not me. So shout out to my wife for crushing it. All right, guys. God, the super chats are out of control. All right, we're going to hit a couple more super chats, and then we are going to jump back into the coverage of the show. After a short argument, ChatGPT admitted Nick's statements aren't inherently anti-Semitic or racist, but are just true statements that they call racist. Isn't that funny? Nick's jokes are easy ammo for us first opposers, but his real views resonate with us. Won our country back, Christ is king. God bless you, Nick. Appreciate you, brother. Lose my shit when Nick talks about Levine and Shapiro being physically weak. They are. And I want to. Do I have the clip? Nick talking about Levine. I think I do. We'll get to it. When Nick calls Mark Levine a fat goof. That clip is the funniest shit ever. I don't know if you guys have seen it. Maybe it's on my Instagram. It might have fallen off by now. But when he calls him a fat goof, oh my god, I just fucking lose it. Nah. All right, it already fell off. We'll get to it eventually. All right, let's we'll hit 2 more super chats and we're jumping back in. Former 68 Whiskey here. Hell yeah, brother. We could have used you on the ground to help Charlie, huh? Off-topic question: thoughts on "War is a Racket" by Smedley Butler? Yeah, it's a great book. And yes, it is. And then Crisis Cast, $50, big dono. Thank you very much. I am a anti-Semite. I love Jesus. Okay, man. There you go. So there's that. All right, but let's take a look at Nick's feelings about racism. Right? Since he's such a racist. Let's actually get this. Let's actually see what he has to say. And he talked about it on Tucker's show. Let's see, out of his own words.
I do know, though, and this is the last criticism I will level in this.
Oh, whoops. My bad, guys. My bad. Knocked it out of there. Technical difficulty. We're back.
I think I'm doing good.
All right, here we go.
It's cutting
But
paper.
I do know that, the coordinated attacks against totally reasonable questions about what's in America's interest and what's not, those are all coordinated by the Israeli government. It's all come to light.
That brought up the wrong one. It's this one. Now we're good. My bad, guys.
Subverted when they're like, that's hate. No, that's hate. It's not hate.
Yeah. Well, and, here's what I will say. I think that there is increasingly a contingent, because what you're talking about exists. When you say that there are people that legitimately detract from this, there is legitimate racial hatred out there.
Big time.
And it's growing. And
I know.
people on our side are afraid to talk about it because they know, like you said, they're going to get called a cuck or a squish or whatever. And I agree with you. The people that are detracting from that need to be called out. And I think there should be no harbor for cruelty, hatred, prejudice, those kinds of
And
things.
some of them, I'm sorry to be a conspiracy nut. I really try not to be a conspiracy because it's embarrassing, you know? But after January 6th and just finding out the number of FBI personnel in the crowd, it's like, and I've just seen this. David Duke is a great example. Some of these are the Charlottesville rally.
Yeah.
Had a bunch of feds there being like, we're white supremacists. We hate the blacks. You know, using the N-word, whatever. You know, it's like, that's not real. Like, there is some of that going on, don't you think?
I think that there's a lot of sincere people.
For sure. I completely agree.
You know, and they're just numbskulls, and some of them are legitimately, they see the opening, that there's legitimate critique of this, and they see an opening to air out their grievances. They get a license to, they think it's okay now. And I do think it's important to differentiate and say that fundamentally, I guess the word that I would use, I've been thinking about this a lot lately, is reassurance, because I think there's a legitimate, there is a legitimate need to reassure people. And this is kind of what I've been doing on these podcasts, that we don't want to harm anybody. We don't.
Wow. Nick Fuentes calling out people who are actually racist, saying there's no place for real racism or cruelty, and make sure that everybody knows he's not calling for that and there should be no harm to any people. That sounds a little bit different than what you're told about him, isn't it? Did that sound like a guy who's super racist? It's almost like when you don't watch just tiny out of context clips of the kid. I shouldn't have called him a kid, he's kind of a grown man now. And you actually listen to what he has to say. Interesting. He's pivoting? What do you mean he's pivoting? What are you talking about? How is he pivoting? When he talks professionally and seriously, that's how he speaks. You're just butthurt that he says mean jokes sometimes. So, again, excuse me. To my point, here we go. We're going to get into I found the clips about Trump, where he talks about Trump and the current Republican Party and how it feels. Okay, and a lot of us sort of feel this way, but this is kind of an interesting one where he talks about when he met Trump. We said we were going to talk about this. I couldn't find the clip, but I just found it. So let's listen to it.
I said, I think you're one of the greatest living Americans. I said, I'm a young guy. I said, I really have nothing to say other than thank you. I have nothing but gratitude for what you've done for the country. I said, it's really not my place, you know, to give you advice or correct you. And he said, no, don't be bashful. Tell me. And the story that I brought up was, this was really what sent me. In the first Fox News debate in 2015, in the Republican primary,
Yes.
Bret Baier, the first question said, raise your hand if you will not pledge to support the eventual nominee.
Yes.
And Trump raised his hand. Because that's what he was saying. He said, if I don't win, I'll run independent and I'll make Republicans lose. And so I brought that up and I told that story and I said, I feel like what was inspiring in 16 is that you were willing to let the Republican establishment lose. Like you were serious about blowing them up, such that you were not going to say, like Pat Buchanan, who I respect, but Sam Francis acknowledged that was one of his great mistakes, was ultimately endorsing Bush. I said, it showed you were serious, you were playing to win, because you said, I will let this Republican Party crash and burn. I want to run as the Republican, but if I can't, I'll run independent. I said, and that's how I knew you were serious. And that's how I knew you were the guy.
So, man, times have changed. Get off Nate's nuts. No, fuck you, dude. We're giving Nick Fuentes a fair shake on this channel, unlike Baird and Shapiro and you little cucks like you who just want to take his clips out of context. Right? So no. we are giving him a fair shake and actually looking at the things that he has to say. Because we're not little cuck bitches like Ben Shapiro and you on this channel. And words don't hurt our fucking feelings, guy. All right? So, that is also what terrifies the establishment about Nick. Is he, like somebody said earlier, he's very reminiscent of Donald Trump and the way Donald Trump was before. His willingness to burn it all down out of his convictions, like Donald Trump used to be. That's obviously all changed. Right? But this is where we're at. As we may have seen, this is where the fragmentation started. Between Nick and then also we saw J.D. Vance come out. J.D. Vance come out and disavow Nick Fuentes. And Nick had this response. Some of you may have seen this one already. It's very, very reminiscent of what Trump said in 2016.
And I'm telling you this right now, and you need to be with me on this. You need to raise your right hand right now. If J.D. Vance condemns the Groypers, if J.D. Vance signals to the Israel First lobby that he is condemning the America First movement, then we will not vote for him, we will not support him, and as a matter of fact, we will show up in Iowa, and then New Hampshire, and then Nevada, and South Carolina to make sure that he never gets the nomination. That's the only way we can play this.
Man,
because the Israel First lobby and the $7,000 club, they are going to be on his ass. And they're going to be all over him, telling him, if you don't disavow them, if you don't tell us that you stand with us, we will not give you money. We will attack you. They're going to come for him hard. And there's going to be such a strong incentive for him to condemn America first. And he might say, I condemn anti-Semitism, I condemn the Groypers, and he might have some reason for that. But we'll know what the message means. It's a signal. And the signal is, I'm with Israel first. Now, J.D. Vance, I'll tell you this. You don't like me, I don't like you. But if you cross that red line, I promise you, I swear to God, I will be there in Iowa.
And it won't be just Nick. It'll be Nick, and it'll be Candace, and it'll be Tucker, and it'll be Ian, and it'll be people like me that will all boycott J.D. Vance. And he will not win. He will lose. If he disavows America for the lobby,
see, I'm good at axes.
He will lose. Period. And that's the type of pressure that we should be putting on the Republican Party. Because, and this is what we're going to look at, what exactly has the Republican Party done for the working class American people in the last 20 fucking years? What has the Republican Party done? Anybody name a single positive thing they've done? Anything. Someone. Say one thing. One positive thing the Republican Party's gotten done. I mean, this is like the closest you can get if you do mental gymnastics behind it, right? Not a fucking thing. And the young generation sees that, and it's $40 billion to Argentina. It's done a lot for foreign countries, guys. They ain't done jack shit for the American people. Nothing. Zero. Zilch. Nada. All right, let's talk about that.
Let's start the conversation a different way. What are you going to do for us? You've been getting it wrong for generations. You wrecked my generation. How many years have Republicans controlled Congress? How many years have Republicans controlled the White House? I was born in 1998. How many years since then have Republicans had power? And what have they done? About free trade, which took all the jobs, pornography and feminism, which made marriage impossible. What have they done about the open borders? They're literally taking our birthright. They're literally taking our neighborhoods one at a time and transforming them into foreign enclaves and foreign countries. They removed everything. They took everything from us. And now they say, if you don't go out and vote for more of it, you made us lose. There's no us.
Yep.
We are America First. You are the Republican Party. If you want America First to be a part of your coalition, then you better do something for us. Start putting America first. Start fighting for your own constituents. We are the future. We are the Americans. Put us first. And anyone that supports this message, I am willing to unite with. Let's start the...
So, who disagrees with that? Who disagrees with that? Look at this guy.
Well, white supremacist Chris. Whoa, my God, my name's Chris, and I'm a little beta bitch that doesn't like words.
Oh, you fucking pussies are exhausting, dude. Oh, my God. How can you listen to that and not support that? How could you not support that message? If you're not American, like, I get it, right? That's a little bit different. But if you're an American and you listen to that and you're like, I don't like what this guy's saying. All he cares about is putting Americans first. What?
Racist against white people.
What? You hate this kid for that? Bizarre. You got little pussy boys like Chris in the chat, right? That don't like that. But I mean, for the normal, typical Americans who have a little bit of grit in their system and can handle mean words. Oh, my gosh. All right, let's hit some super chats before we jump into the Daily Wire verse. The Daily Wire verse, Nick Fuentes, because, man, that one's getting out of control. All right, let's hit some supers. Then I got to pee. We'll take a little break, midstream break after the supers, and then we'll jump into, we'll show the clip of Candace calling out Ben Shapiro for being fucking scared of Nick Fuentes, and then we'll take the break after that. But let's hit some supers first, okay? Take a break from my jerk to death machine to watch. This all warms my white boy heart, us. If I were a flag, offend, and you'll help pack. Fuentes is right about our greatest ally and some domestic economic policy, but I will never sign on to the views of the Klan. The Ku Klux Klan? Are you fucking retarded? Where is what he's saying to have anything to do with the Ku Klux Klan? Oh my God. I'm not going to insult you. I should, but I'm not going to. America only, Nate for president. Appreciate you. Happy Veterans Day. Yeah, we're going to be streaming with Aaron Loves America Tuesday on our political live on Veterans Day. Look out for that. I'd like to see Nick and Ron Paul team up. Ron's too old, but I do like Ron Paul. Nate, love your channel. How do you feel about legal migrants who come here, work hard, and contribute? Legal migrants? I think they're fantastic. I think they provide a lot of value. Adam can't say mean things about them, or they send the cops to your door. That happened to you. That's for sure. Super sticker, thank you. As a progressive left-leaning man, I don't like Nick, but he's allowed to say what he wants, and I can stand against him on my own life and educate. Look at that. A progressive left-leaning man defending Nick Fuentes' right to freedom of speech. Wow. Like I said, it's one tiny little group of people that seem to not support what Mr. AJ is saying here. How'd the football game go last night? They won. They're playing the number one team in state next week. So that'll be the big game. I am Democrat. I agree with a lot of what you're saying. There you go, guys. Appreciate you. America first. Smash the like. Long live the diagonal. Just because someone's smart doesn't make them right, and vice versa. True. Found out the money Judas was paid equal to $7,000 a day. These guys are silly influencers, same amount for 2,000 years. What's his viewpoints on vets? I like the guy. I don't know. I would like to interview him and find out. I know his grandpa fought in World War II. But I don't see him talk about the military very often. That'd be an interesting conversation. Point Man Actual, love what you're doing, brother. 11B vet with 2 deployments to Afghanistan.
Hello, Charlotte. Get ready. Daniel's Leather is coming to Charlotte on November 8th, which is a Saturday. There will be an Embassy Suites by Hilton, Charlotte, Uptown. Address is 401 East Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard. And we're going to be there from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. And you're going to have your whole Daniel's Leather experience. Registration is not...
You have friends that don't think like you? What are you, a reasonable man? Yeah, isn't that funny? Isn't that funny that I have friends that have wildly different political views? Yeah, I do. I have a lot of friends that, like, we think drastically different on politics, and they're still my friends. Did Mossad assassinate Tillman? No. Brent Tucker and who do you have on? I'm brain farting. I'll remember. I'll get back to it. It'll hit me. Subconsciously hit me and bring it back. Yeah. I trust Dr. David. Ooh, I can't even say that. He served in Afghanistan, not familiar with Nick, yet he is critical of Tiny. Yeah, so he has that going for him. You rock free speech. Is it fair to say that decision makers in our greatest ally are at fault? I think Nick would know that logically. Is it fair to say that? Look, man, I have nothing like Israel. I have nothing against any other foreign country acting out in their own best interest. And Israel acts in their own best interest. They have taken $300 to $400 billions from the United States. They have free health care. They have free education, all subsidized and paid for by the U.S. taxpayer. I don't judge Israel for that. I think they're doing a fantastic job. But I'm not an Israeli, and it's not my fucking country. I have bigger issues with the American politicians who allow that. I would expect foreign countries to act in their best interest, of course. But we're not them. So, been listening to Nick for 6 years. He's hilarious. Has me dying every night. Yeah, he's also super funny. That's part of what makes him enjoyable for people to watch. Snowflakes need not apply. Yeah, you're just falling for his lawyer speak. Wait, whose lawyer speak? Nick's lawyer speak? Nick doesn't speak like a lawyer. I know. My dad's one. I know all about lawyer speak. We as Americans need to make sure we don't come to the UK. I agree with that. Well, we're going to find out in New York, though, huh? We're going to find out in New York what that looks like here pretty soon, Cherry. Sorry if I said that wrong. What do you think about Gary and him believing the official narrative? Again, I am friends with Gary. I talk to Gary about the case all the time. We don't agree on a lot of things. We also do agree on a lot of things. So that's his opinion, man. And he's a smart guy. So it is what it is. I'm not going to tell him what to think. Doesn't mean I dislike him. JD's a chameleon. I've known JD for 20 plus years, brother. He's been fooling me for a long time if he's a chameleon. Let there be cribbage. New to your show through Ian. Love the truth. Bruassi, appreciate you. Yeah, Ian is a good friend of the show. We're big fans of Ian here. Both Democrats and Republicans are worthless. Yes, that is the theme of this channel. Groom Vance. Yes, he is. Peter Thiel's little boy. R gave us Supreme Court conservative justices who've done nothing. Conservative, by the way. Interesting how that goes. Day 40, no budget, CR. Fun fact, health insurance companies marked with high yield receive an average of $840 million per year or per day. Yeah, that's gross. And yeah, government's still shut down, guys. So that's cool. Yeah. Our politicians are really fucking crushing it, huh? All right, we got to move that one. Saw this coming. Big dono from Lord Hybrid. $100 domo. The president only helps the billionaires and the chosen foreigners. I feel confident.
I'm a sad excuse
correct.
of a night.
That's exactly why I no longer support Donald Trump. It is exactly why the vast majority of America First no longer support Donald Trump. Because what has Donald Trump done in this term that has benefited the American working class people? Name one thing. Somebody in the chat, name one thing the Republican Party under Trump's tutelage has done to improve the lives of American working class people in this term. Name one. Send it to me. Not billionaires, not the elites, not the tech giants, the American working class people. Yeah, there you go. Both parties are the paths of the same policies. They plan each vote, division on left and right by design. 100% true. Agree with you that. That's what we believe on this channel. Proud to share America with patriots like you. This is our home, our blood, our past generation, future. America is not for sale. That's right. Williams, I appreciate it, brother. That is the red line in the sand, and it has been drawn. It says a lot of good things and a lot of vile shit. Yeah, I mean, when he was a kid, look, I watch him now. I can watch, and I really don't see a whole lot of vile stuff coming out of his mouth. I'm really not concerned, guys, with the mean things a fucking 21-year-old kid said on the internet. I'm really not. Doesn't bother me one way or another, whether it's a liberal kid, a leftist kid, a right-wing kid, some 20-year-old kid. Like, you're pulling up like clips from when he was fucking 20 years old, and you want me to be upset about something some base 20-year-old said? I'm not. I don't care. Cry about it. Now, I'm not saying you are, but, you know, I think the vile shit is some of this is earlier stuff. Nate, have you had any pushback from other YouTube friends since the American First talk? How do you handle it? Are they trying to cancel you? Yeah, pushback from any other YouTuber friends? No, I mean, look, like I said, me and Matt are going to have a friendly debate on Monday. He's the farthest opposite of me when it comes to, he's Israel first, I'm America first. And how are you going to cancel me? I have the moral high ground, guys. My stance is the moral high ground. I don't have to worry about anything because my stance is I only support policies that directly benefit the American people. That's my politics. And you have to argue with me against that.
Oh, good girl.
Good luck.
Why are you camping out?
Good luck.
Why are you
Like,
camping
I don't know. Don't know how anybody's going to do it. But it's tough, right?
Okay?
I'm saying that, or seeking the truth, $20. I'm saying that this shit will start a civil war. Nah, I don't think so. We were tired. We're a long way away from that. People, here's the thing. I'm going to do a video on this. Civil war coming to America. Kind of drives me crazy when I hear this. I get it, but no, it's not going to start a civil war. Not as long as Americans are comfortable.
What up, Cal?
And what does a civil war look like? Right? I went and fought in Afghanistan. That was a real civil war.
Brother,
it's an actual civil war, right? The Afghan nationals versus the Taliban. They're all Afghans. It's a civil war. And civil wars are fucking weird and bizarre, and nobody wants it. I can promise you that. It will turn this nation into a third world country overnight. Maybe eventually we can get there, but we're nowhere close. We're nowhere close to it yet. They're all well-oiled tools of the Zionists for the purpose of creating distractions.
Oh, bro, did.
Nick needs to be specific on what policies the modern-day America First would support, because history of the America First is an ugly one. What do you mean? He's very clear on his politics. You should go watch his channel. Dudes who get butthurt over mouth noises are pathetic. I'm a retired 11 Bravo. Couldn't have cited a date. Yeah, I mean, think about this, bro. And for all the infantrymen out there, and I know there's a bunch of infantrymen and Marines, is there a single thing that you've heard Nick say that's anywhere near as bad as what you would hear regularly in the B's or at work? Like, it's anybody who's in the military. Look at this. Just the bots, dude. The Israel bots just hanging on. The 7K club just dying. Oh. The die has been cast. Nick Fuentes appears to be bred for the circus for the plebs. We squander opportunity with Trump. America is fussed. Yeah, okay. Security needs a lock, not to prevent. We got to get through these. Can we sneak testosterone into the Starbucks somehow? Nick is the man. When you're taking flack, you go over the target. Now, that is a good point, man. The fact when all of these people are attacking you and trying to censor you and deplatform you, you are 100, and you're just a 27-year-old kid on a podcast by yourself, you are way over the target. It's America First. Best interest to keep Nick Fuentes safe and outspoken before he gets honeypotted by, I'm not worried about him getting honeypotted. I'm worried about him getting axed and schwacked, to be honest. I think that's highly likely going to happen, unfortunately. God. You're not part of the wood chipper tribe then, if that's how you feel. You're not. So there you go. I've been voting Republican since 84. Nick is right. They haven't done jack shit. Remember what they did at the Tea Party? Yeah, they destroyed it and infiltrated it. The neocons did the exact same thing. They did it, and they destroyed the fucking Tea Party. Yep. Said same as Nick 30 years ago. All right, we're almost through these. Lindsey Graham may have come out the closet to get... Little Grinder Graham, dude. Grinder Graham. Ben Johnson. Nick is actually creating a covert hand signal for his followers right now. Quick right hand. this fucking dude, is he? He's got the Groiper hand signals coming. Atheists think Nick is a little over church, but outside of that, I'm good with Nick. America first, America only. There you go. All right, we're going to. God damn it, man! I'm trying. Let me just get through these. We're almost there. I appreciate you guys, but it's a lot. I like and respect Gary too. Just don't know how he's still in that frame of thinking. A lot of people want the official narrative to be true. They just do, and it is what it is. Maybe the official narrative's all true. Maybe that's what we'll learn in the court case. I doubt it, but we'll see. Remove the NFA, half measure bullshit. I just talked about just talking with Jesse on fire about the NFA regulations earlier today. Actually, conservatism is dead. Modern conservatives haven't preserved anything. Well, conservatism isn't dead. It's just that MAGA isn't conservative, brother. You're right. They can't infiltrate it. That's a problem. Travis, ain't nothing but respect for you and the service of the country. Both parties are shit. Yes, they are. Independent vote for America first, not for other countries. Wonderful Veterans Day Tuesday. Thank you very much. Appreciate you, brother. All right, we made it to the last one. Thoughts on Trump using JSOC CIA against Mexican cartels? Sounds good on paper. I have a bunch of videos on exactly that from when this all first kicked off. I said, it's funny, you can go back to my videos. People who've been following me a long time will vouch for this. I said, when everybody was saying, oh, Delta Force is about to crush the cartels, I said nothing like that is going to happen for at least 6 to 12 months. And we are 10 months later, nothing's happened yet. So we nailed that. All right, we are going to show a little clip from Candace here before we jump into the Daily Wire beef between Ben Shapiro, all of Daily Wire, Nick Fuentes, Tucker, about how Ben Shapiro is scared, and he obviously is, of Nick Fuentes. And we're going to take a quick 2-minute break so that I can take a piss and you guys can grab a drink or whatever you need to do, and then we'll take it back off.
I do believe that he is actually scared of Nick Fuentes, okay? I think that fear comes from guilt. Nick's backstory, don't care what you think about him, you already know I don't like Nick Fuentes because of how he treated me. But the backstory is compelling. I learned the backstory listening to Jeremy Boring, the former CEO of Daily Wire, sit down with Nick. So right after I've been fired, and I didn't know what Ben and Jeremy admitted that they did to him. And so I think if you artificially push somebody out of the market, and Ben has never come out and denied anything that Nick Fuentes has said, also Jeremy Warrington tonight in a conversation with him, so we have to assume the story is true. And given what I know about what happens now, I think, and what Charlie was going through, I think we can all realize that Nick was an 18-year-old kid, like he told Tucker, and now the whole world knows this story, started asking questions about Israel, and he got artificially pushed out of the market when he had his whole life ahead of him, okay? And now, when they did this because they wanted to rid themselves of Nick Fuentes, who then became angry about it and definitively has said very offensive things on the internet, but also he was 18, 19 years old. Now you see him on Tucker Carlson. You don't like Tucker Carlson, and I think it makes him uncomfortable. I think we're in Harry Potter, right? And Lord Voldemort thought he killed the baby, and the baby maybe lived. I don't even know who the Dark Lord is in this story, but I do know. I don't even know who he must not be named is in this story.
We all know who he must not be named is in this story, don't we? I think everybody knows who that is in this one, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's take a quick 2-minute break, guys. We will jump right back into it. We got some good ones. We got a hilarious clip to show you guys. Don't take more than 2 minutes because we're coming back with Ian Carroll's clip of Nick Fuentes chasing down Ben Shapiro in Grand Theft Auto. It's fucking hilarious, and that's what we're gonna jump back. So grab a drink and use the bathroom, whatever you need to do. And be back in 2. See if I can find Munchkin. Bring Munchkin back as well. All right, stand by.
Well, that's it for tonight. We finished one
Munchkin
side.
with the appearance. All right, let's jump back into this thing. I have a cat. Yeah, it's Munchkin. A Munchkin cat, dude. She's the mascot of the show. Munchkin shock collar when. Yeah, we're not like Hassan on this channel, guys. We unfortunately, or we fortunately do like animals. And we don't abuse them live on our stream. Or at all, by the way. All right, everybody back? We ready? Ready to jump into this hilarious clip. I don't play Grand Theft Auto. I'm sure a lot of you do, so it'll probably be even funnier to you guys than it is to me. So our buddy Ian covered this. Again, I don't know anything about Grand Theft Auto.
What up?
Still made me laugh my ass off when I watched it. Okay, so let's for the boomers in the chat who don't know what Grand Theft Auto is, it's a video game. And Ian, I think also there's some context because Megan Kelly adventure hero was missing and something in life. Oh wow, it's horrible. The video game where he did this. So that's where the context You're such a mom right now. You're such a parent. You're old. It's hilarious. That's fine. That's fine. But it gets way better. And he's pretending that this character in the video is. I can't believe she showed this.
Is there another
This
kitty?
looks so funny.
He's coming to get you.
I was like, I can't. A fucking pussy. Too scared to debate Nick Fuentes. Yep. This day. And he can do it anytime he wanted. He can do it right now. Nick Fuentes just re-offered the challenge just the other night. Here we go. Be the most watched debate in probably the whole day. Like over. It would probably
That's fucking hilarious.
I just want to talk about ideas. You're the one who loves to market those ideas so much.
Megan Kelly has no idea what she was referencing when she brought up that. This is literally a running joke. His streaming when he was streaming back when he was streaming video games and streaming Grand Theft Auto, he would make jokes when he would see Jews on the side of the road, and it was Ben Shapiro, and he would try to debate him in Grand Theft Auto, and then the Jewish guy would run away because Grand Theft Auto is how it works, and then it just gets funnier and funnier. Don't worry, it gets better. Exactly. Sit down right here, bro. For like 2 minutes. Doesn't want to hurt it. And then, is this what you want, man? Is this what you guys want? This. Oh, taser? What happened to you? You're looking for non-lethal options. Why is a taser idea? Is it possible to use it? Can he do it? Do you have anything that's not optional?
Just wait.
Just try it out. No, I second thought, no. Bad idea. Disavow that. That's the non-lethal weapon I have. This is going on for minutes trying to non-lethal approach. I wouldn't even debate with Ben Shapiro. We'll try anything in a debate with Ben Shapiro. He just wants to engage in the marketplace of ideas.
Of it like that, man.
But then, what actually winds up happening in the clip?
This is so funny.
Keep this up.
The guy's running away, and then, whoa, what just happened? He got hit by a car. The car ran over him. I will debate. They both survived, and then the very end of the clip, once they've been run over by cars, Nick's been chasing him down, he's been trying to debate him, and then the dude's running away, and the police shoot him. What happened?
The cops shoot him.
The police guy shot him.
Red, are you okay? This is supposed to be a debate. This is a debate, you monster. How can you kill him like that?
And then Nick Shapiro comes to the defense, and then Nick Shapiro comes to the defense, and then Shapiro starts fighting the cops. It's supposed to be a debate.
I will debate Ben Shapiro. I was mentioned.
This is literally what Megan Kelly was referencing with her terrible clip.
So that's what Megan Kelly showed was the very end of it. Saying she put that on the screen, saying that he was trying to kill Ben Shapiro in a video game without realizing that's where that viral footage from. Alright, so once again, I don't play Grand Theft Auto, but that's, I mean, you can't find that now. And the fact that Megan Kelly actually put that up on the screen is something that's a gotcha for Nick Fuentes. Like, come on, guys. You can't tell me that that's not funny. But I believe Nick responded to this on his show, which we're going to watch here.
His first public appearance, and a little live reaction from him about all the fallout from the interview we covered yesterday. And now today, Megan Kelly did a live show with Ben Shapiro to get his reaction to all of it, and man, he rendered the riot act. Nothing is ever good enough for these people. Play Faye, Megan, you These people are on your side. Megan Kelly is on your side. But it's just not good enough. Nothing's ever good enough for these people. So we'll talk about it. He gave her a interrogated her. I'm not making it up.
Way sharper.
He interrogated her because she
Already way sharper.
Candace Owens. He interrogated
Holy
her
shit.
press Tucker
Fuck those rocks. Fuck the stones, people. The stones don't do shit. I mean, they do if you know what to do with them. I guess I just suck at stones.
I think the entire United States of America has had it right up.
If I
to
can
about
get that
here with
motherfucker
Ben
sharp
Shapiro.
with a file.
Here with you, little guy. I think we're all ready for Ben Shapiro to go back home to Israel. Am I right? One's in the chat if Ben Shapiro
There you go. One's in the chat.
be denaturalized and deported to Israel. Can we get that trending? Can we get that going? This little guy has got to go home.
Here come the ones in the chat. There they are.
He goes around saying, I need security everywhere I go because everyone hates me. Well, go live in Israel. You'll be greeted like a hero. It will be a hero's welcome when you return to Israel. They'll play trumpets in the streets. You'll have all of the matzo ball soup, whatever the fuck that you want. Get out. Fake American. Ben Shapiro is not American. Can we just get that straight? You have forfeited your right to call yourself American. You're not one. You don't care about America. You don't care about Americans. You're not America first. He said in an interview once that
I'm happy with that. I can sharpen a knife just only with a file. I cannot use this whetstone. Heck, this thing can probably
Next time you're in Israel hanging out with the war criminal.
fuck something up.
Next time you're over there hanging out, jacking off the war criminal, just stay. You and your Jewish wife and Israeli.
All right. I mean, if you don't think that he's funny, guys, okay. I mean, but again, probably some of you that have just seen little clips of him have not seen this type of thing, and I'm starting to understand, like, oh, I get it.
Oh,
I get it. Why
this thing can just about cut paper.
the young generation.
Getting an axe.
Also, we're gonna
That
do a
sharp
poll here.
is impressive.
Deport
Fuck
Shapiro.
you.
Yes or no? We had a lot of ones in the chat, but let's get an actual poll to see if see what you guys think. Should Ben Shapiro be deported?
Move to a little finer.
Why not? Why don't we throw that out there? Yeah. So yeah. Let's get the poll going here and see what we think. Let's see. All right, here we go. So now that's wholesome, right? We got some wholesome, funny stuff, but that's not the most wholesome thing. I'll tell you guys the moment that really made me a Nick fan, and I am. I'm sure you can tell by that by now. Again, I don't agree with everything he said, but I am a fan of Nick. Is this clip? This clip radicalized me, big time. I'm honestly like, of all the things he said and done, this is the clip that radicalized me to be America first and to get on board with the Groypers. I'm too old to be a Groyper, but if I could be a Groyper, this is what got me there. Let's watch this.
All right. You like my new friend here? I didn't want him on the show yesterday because it was kind of distracting and it was an important show. But wait, check this out. Ready? Check this out. That's kind of fun, right?
Oh, I get to pull back up.
It's just like a regular, I don't know, it's just like a white guy underneath. But yeah, I thought I'd put this little ghost guy up. I had it for yesterday, but like I said, the show was too big. It's like, this thing is huge. It's distracting. Isn't that kind of fun, though? We'll do it one more time.
Here we go.
If you missed it the first time, we'll do it one more time. Are you the greatest? I love that. Okay, all right. Let's take a look at the super chats.
All right,
Let's see what we got.
groovy ghost got me, guys. I mean, it is what it is. I've been looking for that. I've been trying to find that groovy ghost, and somewhere I could buy it ever since I've seen that clip. The ghost is going hard. Yeah, that groovy ghost. I think is the pull back up? Are we good now? Yeah, it's cooking now. Yeah, the poor Ben Shapiro. There you go. We can vote on that as we go. So anyway, that's some wholesome stuff, right? That's some wholesome stuff. Now, let's pull up. Let's see. Where is the crying about Nick? Oh, here we go. All right, so everybody at the Daily Wire is crying about Nick. What's this guy's name? I forget his name. I think he's kind of irrelevant. I don't even know who this guy is. I mean, I see him on the Daily Wire. Somebody, who is this guy? What's his name? Somebody in the chat. Not woman propaganda, by the way. He's fucking got a hilarious channel. But him covering Clavin. Andrew Clavin, is that his name? Clavin, yeah. This guy is a fucking piece of work, dude. Ben Shapiro's dad, basically, is what he is. Listen to him complain about Nick Fuentes.
Enemy moving to, and of course, that always means anti-Semitism. You will always say this. I know I've said this a million times. I'm going to say it one more. Anti-Semitism, Jew hatred, is the devil's flagpole. And by the way, I'm not talking about, I don't like Jews.
Anti-Semitism is the devil's flagpole. He just told us that if you hear someone being anti-Semitic, that is an evil person. Anti-Semitism, that's the devil's business. That's what the devil loves, is spreading anti-Semitism. That's what he just told us. So take note. We're going to keep going.
We're seeing who wants to touch road based off the next one.
Everybody hates everybody else. That's basic. That's the basic way the world works. So that doesn't bother me in the least. I'm talking about that obsessive. The Jews are to blame for everything. They're in charge of everything. They run everything. Secretly did everything bad. Anything bad that happens is them. And so we're indebted. We're controlled by Israel. Nutty stuff. I'm talking about crazy.
Saying we're controlled by Israel is not nutty stuff. That's not crazy stuff. Have you ever heard of AIPAC? Get on Twitter for 5 minutes. Everybody knows about AIPAC buying all of our politicians. That's just like everybody knows that now. We're really gonna pretend like we don't know.
Also, guys, look where he paused it. He's doing the pose, guys. He's literally doing the pose. You can't stop these people. He's literally doing it. They can't help themselves. He's doing the meme. Come on, bro. look at the meme. Hold on. Oh my god. Alright, I'm not gonna pull it up.
Yeah, make sure.
But, like, we all know the meme, right? He's literally doing it. Okay, back to the video.
All about AIPAC. That's what Andrew Clavin wants us to do. So, saying the Jews control the weather, that might be a nutty thing to say. Sure.